And a very big thank you to the RRG Group, who are my latest sponsor and will be throughout the season, going home and away all over Europe, the FA Cup, of course the Carabao Cup as well, and in the Premier League. Thanks for your support, guys. Just before I speak to the fans who are here at the game today, I was yesterday hosting a Blues in Business lunch at which Joe Royle, the former City manager, and Shaun Goater were present. So obviously I asked them what they thought about playing and managing, in Joe's case, a Manchester derby, what it was like, as we as spectators can only imagine that, can't we?
Probably bragging rights until the next derby game. Always that little bit more, you know. It's one of those games that all games are for the fans, but this is a little bit extra for the fans. You know, you knew if you'd won a derby game for the fans, that, you know, the next couple of games would be a bit easier. So no, there's no doubt about it. It's big in Manchester, it's big in Glasgow, it's big in Liverpool. Derby games are great. You know, I scored well against Man United when I was at Man City, and thoroughly enjoyed it.
When I played against United, and then how things turned out with regards to the great assist from Gary Neville, it shows me, and even today it continues to show me, that it's ever so special, because the fans, they love that they show from even then. So I have a little joke. I like saying, the great assist from Gary Neville. He was a City player with that assist. But derbies are special, and for me, I really enjoyed them because I wanted to prove myself against, at the time, United were the yardstick. So playing against them, performing well, scoring, and the one thing I didn't want to do was have the last game at Main Road, us walk away having lost. It's like, can we somehow, some way, give the fans a great send-off? And as we know the story,
the Manchester derby, the home Manchester derby, there might only be one, certainly there'll only be one in the Premier League this season. Is it one of those that when the fixtures come out in June, that you, if you're watching this and you're a City fan, circle and say that's the big game? Is it a game you make a particular effort to come to? And is it still as important as it once was? I grew up watching Manchester derbies. I have got the exact numbers at home somewhere. I think today is my 77th Manchester derby. And of course, they're always exciting, but they're also nervous, and you don't really want to lose them, do you? So I'm going to ask fans today, from far and wide, whoever's here, whether they circle it on their calendar. How important is it to them? Let's find out what people have got to say. So how important is a derby to you? What does a derby mean to you?
Oh, it means everything to me, Ian. I've come here last year and this year as well. I mean, it means everything to me. I just want to be here every year. Come on, City, you've got to beat them today. Now, I've got to ask you a question. You've got a half scarf on, and they're not very popular, these, among City. I know, yeah, Why have you bought one? Why have you got one on? I put them up on my wall. I put every single scarf up that I get from each game I go to on the wall, because we live quite far away from here, so every game I go to is quite special to me. So I keep this half, I put that scarf on the other half in the bin. I sort of understand it, but I'd ask this of a United fan as well. Yeah. Why would you put the derby rivals scarf on? Because that's what you've got. Got that part on the floor.
Well, sell it back. Sell it back.
Cut it in half.
I'm Val. This is Mihaela. We're from Romania.
We've been friends a long time, haven't we?
That's right. More than 20 years now, I guess.
What's it mean for you to come to a Manchester derby?
Oh, it's been so many years since I was to one. So that was back in 1991 on my first visit to the UK, when we went to the Old Trafford to watch City losing 1-0. Wow, what a history has been for the club for ever since.
And this is your first ever visit to City, certainly, isn't it?
Yes, it's the first visit for me.
What are you expecting?
City win.
City win.
City win.
My first derby was November the 15th, 1969. I stood on the Kippax, or rather I floated around on the Kippax. I'd started going that season on my own, but my dad said there's no way you're going to a derby game on your own, so he came with me. And that was his first game, and he's now a lifelong Blue as well. And that game we won 4-0, and we had 3 disallowed, so that was just about the perfect derby to start with.
So is this a fixture when the season, in June when the fixtures come out, that you circle and think is a special one?
Always look out for it, yeah. Yeah, it's always a nervy day, but you know, well, fingers crossed as ever.
Is this the biggest home game of the season?
Possibly not anymore. I think maybe the one against the other lot from the other end of the East Lancs Road might be.
Really?
Yeah, just the way things have been going.
Still a Manchester derby.
But this is still huge, though. This is still huge.
So you're going to win today?
I do hope so, but I never like to predict at all. You probably find that from a lot of us.
Defensively, I've got to say, Otamendi's coming for a lot of stick, and I'm one of those people. I thought he did really great in midweek, and I'm hopeful that they might go with the same back four against United. Rashford looked great against Tottenham, so it's going to be close, but that first goal's crucial. If we get it, we win, without a doubt.
Yeah. Just answer me this one question as well. This morning when you woke up, were you nervous? Did you have butterflies?
I thought if his flight's late, I'm going to miss the game. That was the big butterflies. I'm not worried about this lot. I'm never worried about this lot.
Enjoy the game, fellas.
3 weeks today, December the 28th, 1957, City 2, United 2, and Ian, it brings tears to my eyes because it was the only time I saw the Busby Babes. 6 weeks later, of course, we had the crash. But I'll never forget that day. 70,000 at Main Road, no segregation, and I sat on my neighbour's shoulders, he with a red and white scarf, me with a blue and white scarf and a blue and white hat and a rattle. My dad wouldn't let me go to the game at Main Road, even though we lived in Fallowfield, not very far away. And he said, unless you go with an adult. And my next door neighbour, an avid United fan, said, John can come with me. And a little boy, 12 years of age, I couldn't see a thing. And I sat on his shoulders for most of the game. 2-2, absolutely brilliant. I've never forgotten it, Ian.
Who's going to win today?
City 3-1. We won't defend. We won't keep a clean sheet. We didn't at Burnley the other night when I thought we should have done. But we won't keep a clean sheet. But I think we'll pierce that United defence at least 3 times.
Why would you buy half and half scarf? You basically support one team only, and you show your colours. You don't show partial colours. You show like, this is my team. That's it.
Lots of people buy them, don't they?
Yeah, and that's why they keep selling them. But I'm pretty sure they unpick them every week. Right, I tell you what, 4 years ago when Leicester won the title, they had a Vardy Aguero half and half scarf. You tell me who bought that? Who in their right mind even bought that? That's all I've got for you, mate. I don't even know what else to say, but what can I say? Who buys a half and half scarf with 2 strikers? Who does that?
Tell me what you're thinking of today's game then.
I'm thinking today's game, if we turn up, we're gonna batter them. I watched them the other day v Tottenham. All the motivation they had was Mourinho fired them up because they hated Mourinho allegedly. That's why he got sacked. But today, if we keep Rashford quiet, we're going to win. We're going to win. That's all they've got. That's all they've got. They've only got Rashford now. They play through Rashford. They play through. We've got pace and attack. But if you mark that out, they've got nothing else anymore. They used to have like everything. They were the dream, weren't they? They were the best team in the world. Yeah.
Now we are.
Yeah. Now we are. Yeah. It's fucking brilliant, mate. Jeez, I love it. I love it.
You're confident?
Yeah. Rashford. Get him out of it.
There we go. There we go.
What are you thinking today?
I agree with exactly what he said. Keep him quiet and we'll be good.
So you're confident we'll win?
Yeah.
What's it like if we don't?
Painful journey home.
It means 5-1, it means 6-1, and it means 3-1 today. And I've come all the way from Sweden. I'm English, I'm a Manc, but I live in Stockholm. So 3-1 today, as always.
It's always the first fixture you look for. And don't give a shit what you say. Even though they're not as good as they used to be, it's still a game you look for.
So it's not changed. I mean, some people are saying that the Liverpool game's bigger now.
No, Liverpool are our main rivals, but still, at the end of the day, everyone wants to beat United. They do, don't they? We all want to beat United. Everyone wants to beat United. And it's still, don't matter how crap they become, we still want to beat United.
Score today?
3-1. Easy.
What does the Manchester derby mean to you?
It means an awful lot, Ian. It's pride, isn't it? It's going to work on Monday and bragging, and I work with a lot of, there's City and United also. It's bragging rights, isn't it, on Monday.
Are you worried about this one? Are you confident?
No, I've not been worried about United for a few years now.
You beat Tottenham in midweek.
Yes, well,
They played well, I believe, but I've not been worried about United for years now. I really haven't.
So you're quite relaxed?
Yeah. My missus is a United fan, and she always says to me, it's twitchy bumps out. And it used to be. It's not anymore. We'll beat them easy today. Easy.
The first match was when I was on my 3rd birthday, and I'm nearly 72 now, and I've been coming since.
You can't remember that first match, can you?
I can't remember it was, but I remember being passed over the crowd to sit on the front of the ground, and we weren't worried where our parents were. We were just at the match.
Is this the biggest game against United?
I think so. I think this is one that's most tense for me. I've got Gaviscon and everything for half time, just in case it...
You were determined to be here then?
Well, I am. I wasn't going to come because I'm ill, but I made it. My mind has brought me along.
Is that because it's the derby?
Yeah, because it's a derby, yeah.
Better win for you then, haven't they?
Well, the thing is, so long as it's a good match and it's good, clean football, but if it's a win even, it's a bonus. Yeah.
You can sing along again now if you want.
Boys in blue will never grieving. My grandsons live in California and they're City fans. They've got the shirts and everything, and they allow them to watch it in the pub, even though they're only youngsters. So they'll be watching this on Sky.
Yeah, it's going to be 3-1. We're here to support City, and it's going to be a fantastic game. And so hopefully Raheem Sterling is going to be on the net tonight, so it's going to be a pretty lovely game tonight. Yeah.
I think the first 5 minutes we were well on top, but we just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. And I think the whole VAR thing just spooked us because we lost our nerve, and second goal pretty much soon after. But the whole VAR thing, it was a penalty time. Anthony Taylor must have heard in his ear that it was possibly going to be a penalty. So stop the game while you're listening, because what would have happened, Cheesy, if we'd have scored from that? It's just ridiculous. He's right, the Sheffield United manager. It's sucking the life out of the game. But I'm still confident.
We can pull it back.
Definitely pull it back. They're beating us 2-0, but they're not battering us. They're not the better side, in my opinion. So I'm on City.
Positive.
I like the optimism.
Yeah, got to be. I'm an old school blue, Cheesy. So you've got to be.
Tuesday night, you and I both saw that we played a poor Burnley team, a team that's been beaten 5-0 today, and I think the change that he made, which we anticipated, was that Stones would start for Optimendi. And frankly, today I think we've just been outdone by sheer pace up front by United. Defence was very, very wobbly. We got behind, and then United got their confidence. And despite a bit of a bluster at the end there, I don't actually think we really got into them. I think Wan-Bissaka today did everything you expect of a right back, and we didn't. United paid far less for him than some of the players we've been buying under Guardiola. And I think we have to start to ask some questions now about some of the transfers. Danny James, 10 million. Lucky Wales to have Danny James playing for them. What a player he is. And I think today we've lost the league. Without a doubt, that's 14 points. Nobody's ever clawed that back. We've got to focus on something else now. I think that's what the club has to believe in. It's difficult to give it up, Ian, but that's the title over. No 3 on abouts.
Any positives you can say?
To be honest,
for example, Kyle Walker had an excellent game.
I think Kyle today has been improving. He gave an awful lot today. Difficult though if I start looking at player ratings where you start dishing out anything above 6 out of 10 today. Kyle probably comes into that category, but I think everyone else was mediocre.
Poor, really poor. No desire whatsoever. You see the players running for the first goal. Second goal it was. Bernardo and Sterling went running back. They were in the first half in our own half. Rubbish, not going on. Sterling absolutely Wan-Bissaka in the back pocket. No offence whatsoever. Bernardo did put some crosses in, but no one's on the head of him. Gabby Jesus, he doesn't come anywhere near the first post, doesn't get the ball. He no attacking style. Our midfield, you can see where our midfield is. You've got Rodri round back near defensive area, and then Kevin and David are so far up that they just fill it up. And there's no desire, no one running, very slow, and we got outdone by pace. Dan James, Rashford, Martial, straight down there. They had about 6 shots, scored 2 goals, 1 penalty. They should have had a few more. We were lucky to get 1.
The way we're playing the wingers, and no, it's not happening. Cheesy, it's not happening. A long time ago. How can we play against Burnley like we did, and then play like that today, within days? Burnley was fantastic. We were fantastic. That's how we should be. And them lot come here and do what they did to us today. Cheesy. Before they scored 2 goals, we had 3 saves. Three clinical saves. And they deserve it. And listen, straight up, they deserve it. They battered us.
Stones, not for me. 4 seasons now we've watched that, and against quick opposition, quick forwards. Looks like he's nervous. Looks like he's struggling. Overall today, one of the worst performances I've seen over the 4 seasons that Pep's been with us. One of the worst performances, I think, if you were to count some of the performances this season and the 16-17 season. From start to finish today, there wasn't enough energy in there. I go back to what I said. Rodri had a good game at Burnley on Tuesday night. But the problem was there today against United. It was evident. Fernandinho should have been in midfield, and Otamendi should have started at the back. And I'd have played Rodri at the back with him, or I'd have played Otamendi there. It's one of them. It's one of them today, and it's. I think Pep got it wrong. It was frightening, it was scary. It could have been 3 or 4-0 within the first 10 minutes. We could have had a few decisions via VAR, but VAR did not make us lose this game today. We lost this game because we were inadequate, we were poor, the transitions were terrible, and we just were not good enough. And if that is how we're going to perform when we're trying to chase Liverpool and Leicester, then it's just not good enough, is it? Absolutely abysmal performance. So we've got to bounce back with a win in the next game. But I can't see where we go from here, to be honest with you. I'm pretty miffed, as you can gather.
First 15 minutes today, the defending was, we could have been, I'm an optimist, but we could have been 1 or 2 down before they scored. I thought it was poor defending. Not the second goal was poor defending. Then United just sat back and did a right good number on us. No excuses. I think Pep will have to just pick them up now and let's go and chase second down. Unfortunately, don't like saying it, but yeah, I'm gutted. But that's it.
Anything you can take from that positively?
Second half were a lot better. I mean, I don't know what United did. They sat back a little bit. We had a chance of an equaliser with Mahrez, but too little, too late. I think we had a lot of the ball. Did De Gea do much? Apart from that Mahrez serve, I don't think he did. No.
Just lost the battle, but not the war. It's finished top 4, and we've got to go for European Cup tonight. Let somebody else have it this year. In fact, for next year. Yeah, absolutely. Positive. Always half full rather than half empty.
Well, it's never easy losing any game, let alone a Manchester derby, but some of the fans there giving their honest review of how that game went. Lots of optimism before the match, not so much after the game. Where does it leave City? Whatever happens, win, lose or draw, you know that I'll be at every single game. I'll be out in Croatia next week, even though that game in theory has nothing at stake because City have already won the group, but I'll be there. And you know that these thousands of City fans will be back at the next game as well. The next home game being against Leicester City. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for subscribing, which of course costs nothing. And thanks very much for being a Blue. And even on these days when you lose a derby, as I always say, it's great being a Blue. I wouldn't want to be anything else. Keep your chin up. City will be back. See you next time. And as ever, a very big thank you to Hotclickmarketing, who can get your company to the top of Google searches. So give them a call. And thanks for your support, guys.